What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel. It is Wednesday, June 19th, 2019, and you know what that means. It's New Comic Wednesday, and welcome to my comic book pull list. Thank you all so much for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel today. Now please make sure you're subscribed, click the little bell and all that good stuff. I'm going to flap my gums about a giveaway that I'm going to be doing at the end of the video. Now in case you don't already know, every single Wednesday is New Comic Book Wednesday, and new comic books are released at your local comic book shop. If you have a local comic book shop near you, you should get out and support them. I can assure you they probably have more than just comic books. I know that my comic book shop, Bases, Cards, and Comics here in Lancaster, California, they have like action figures, sports cards, magic cards, and just all kinds of other different things that you can geek out on. It's a really cool place, so you should check out your local comic book shop. Now, as I said, new comic books are released every single Wednesday along with trade paperbacks. Trade paperbacks are these slightly thicker versions of comic books, and these are just usually about 5 to 6 comic books in each one. These trade paperbacks are a little bit better value than buying single issues if you can stand to wait around for them to collect, because they do come out obviously later than each issue does. That each issue usually releases, and then they compile them into these collections. And there are also ones that are different, like events and things as well, that come out that have thicker, they are thicker and just have more comic books in them. Those are all released on New Comic Book Wednesday. In case you don't know what a comic book pull list is, what that is when you go into your local comic book shop and ask them that you want to say, put Guardians of the Galaxy on your comic book pull list, they will put that aside and have that ready for you when you get there, so you don't have to be there in case they sell out, because some of these issues may sell out at your local comic book shop. And I know my comic book shop, when you start a pull list, for each and every issue that you pull, you get 20% off. So basically, after every 5, you get 1 issue for free. And starting on my comic book pull list is Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1. Well, this is actually the annual. This released, I believe, a week or 2 ago. I just didn't have the money at the time. I've had a pretty big couple of weeks, so I left them there and they went ahead and held that for me. The next one I have here is from last week as well. This is Black Cat issue number 1. This is the original cover. As you can see, I have that right there behind me as well. I did pick up the variant cover as well last week, but like I said, I had them set those aside for me because I had a pretty big week last week and didn't want to spend all that money. And luckily, this week was a little bit less, so that's a good thing. The next one I have here is Spider-Man and the League of the Realms, issue number 3. This is a War of the Realms tie-in. Now, this series hasn't been too bad, but, you know, the same thing as the Giant Man series. It doesn't really seem to really add too much to what's going on in the War of the Realms, and I don't know, I guess it's really just kind of a story about what's going on, what some of the teams are doing, because I'll tell you, in the Giant Man issues, they didn't really... The story didn't really serve the narrative of what's going on in the War of the Realms, really. I mean, they kind of accomplished their mission, but not really. I don't know. You have to go out and read them and check them out for yourself if you want to. I'd advise, you know, if you get to read them for free, say on Marvel, on the Marvel Comics app down the road for free, go ahead and check them out there. Now, the next one I have is Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 3, or issue number 6, I'm sorry. Now, this is written by Donny Cates. This is the regular series, not like the annual that I pulled, that was actually released last week. And, you know, it's Donny Cates writing it. He's a pretty good writer. This is like one of the only books that I've really read by him, but I've got to say that I like the way he writes. He's doing a pretty good job. The next one I have is Captain Marvel issue number 7. Issue number 7. Now, this one obviously looks like it's a War of the Realms tie-in as well, and you've seen me talk about that last week, and I don't really see what's going on here, Marvel. The release order of the books tying into the War of the Realms, like these tie-ins might be a lot better if they actually came out in the time when they were supposed to, along with the main story arc. But I do realize that they've got to get that main story arc out there to get other readers who aren't following all the tie-ins interested in, you know, just keeping up with the story. But I think they could have done a little bit better job just on that front, just with the release order of them. The next one I have is Captain America issue number 11. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with Captain America, but I've honestly got no complaints about this series whatsoever. We can see Ta-Nehisi Coates is the who's been writing this. And I've got to say, been doing a pretty good job writing this book. I like it. The Steve Rogers is basically having to gain America's and everybody's trust back after the events of Secret Empire, and also some other things that happen to be going on in this particular series right now. So it's been very good. Now the next one I have here is Uncanny X-Men issue number 20. Now there are only 2 books left in the X-Men series before it all resets, with Jonathan Hickman coming in and writing, I believe that is the House of X and the Powers of the X. But so I'm some issues behind on here as well. But what I was reading of this story, the first, I believe it was like the first 10 issues that were going on, they were actually, I liked the way they were written and what was going on with the story. I've got some catching up to do here, and maybe I'll get that done here over the next week or so. But Uncanny X-Men, can't wait to get my eyes on this book too. It's been well written, and the art has been pretty good in it, so I definitely can't complain. Although, like I said, it almost seems pointless for me to keep pulling this book when I already know that it's going to end. I guess I can say I was there for the end and the beginning though, right? Come on, it's not that bad. The next one I have is True Believers Spider-Man. Now, if you haven't, you're new to getting into comics, this is something that you can head out to your local comic book shop and get. These books are only $1, and basically they are classic issues. Like this one is Spidey fights on True Believers Spider-Man fights in London. It contains material originally published in magazine form as Amazing Spider-Man number 95. So this is basically Amazing Spider-Man issue number 95 in a reprint for $1. For $1, you can't beat it. It's not that bad of a deal. And you know, heck, if you've ever been on like the Marvel, what is it, the Marvel Unlimited app, I think that's like $10 a month, and it's unlimited books. But here, you actually got the physical copy, so if you don't continue paying month after month, you got one right there for $1. The next one is this True Believers issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. Now this one is a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 131. Like I said, for $1, you can't beat it with these kind of books. I mean, it's $1 for a classic tale. You can't beat that. Now, I do have one other book that I want to show you guys today. Now, you guys have seen that I have been kind of trying to spread my wings a little bit and get into some other stuff other than Marvel. Get into some indie books is something I've been wanting to do. I did actually happen to stumble across this gem. You guys probably seen that I did a comic book review of this book of the previous issue just the other week, but this is Neon Future issue number 4, and I've got to tell you guys, I cannot wait to read this book, okay? Now, if you didn't see my comic book review of it, I think I probably didn't put enough emphasis on how great this book is, and I want to tell you that's probably because in that video, I told you guys how you can go back and get a free copy of issue number 1. You should go back and watch that review, because I kind of went over the issue number 3. I thought it was really good. I did get a chance to read that issue number 1. I've got a review coming out for issue number 2 that I did really enjoy, and I'm telling you, I can't wait to get my eyes on this book. This book is really well written. I like the characters. I like the art in this book. Good job. Impact Theory Comics, what you guys are doing on this book, I love it. It's great. Please keep it up. I can't wait till you guys get another title out at this point. I've really liked this book. That's Impact Theory Comics. You guys need to go check this out. And I believe you can probably buy these digitally online through their website as well. But if you can, you should get out to your local comic book shop and pick up these issues. That's all I have for my comic book pull list today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So what's on your pull list this week? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you don't have a comic book pull list, do you have a local comic book shop near you that you can get out to? Like I said, they have more than just comic books. They have manga, they have, like mine has action figures, they have board, like things for like playing like Magic and stuff like that, the boards and all that kind of stuff. They got all kinds of different cool stuff. You should go check them out. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I will be doing a giveaway as soon as we hit 300 subscribers here on the channel. I'm going to do a giveaway for a digital copy of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. To get entered into the giveaway for that, you've got to be subscribed and leave a comment in this video or any of my videos until I hit 300 subscribers. Thank you all so much again for tuning into the 2nd Street Marvel today. Now, as I said, please make sure you're subscribed, click the little bell so you get notifications anytime I have uploaded new content. And what that also does is it sends you out notifications anytime I plan on doing a live video. As I said earlier, I do a live video every single Friday night called the Trailer Park Live at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so check your local listings. And also, if you could please do me a favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and hey, if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Hell, I honestly don't really care. But also, make sure that you share this video with a friend and tell them to come hang out with us here on the 2nd Street Marvel. You all have a very good rest of your week, happy reading, and we'll see you in the next video. Later. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel. It is Wednesday. What did you say? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel. It's Wednesday, June 19th. All right.